It's me, Z, in the place to be, and I'm here to teach you how to become a Nihongo Ninja, or in Japanese, Nihongo no Ninja. And here we have two friends, not four. Right now we only have two. This is B. Her name's like Bianca or Bella or something like that, but we just call her B, and this is Anna. So A and B, just keep that in mind. So A and B are strolling through the park one day or through a field or something like that. And oh, I like this, I like that. They figure out something that they have in common. Hold on, let's make them talk. Oh, you like Japanese? I like Japanese too. And then she's like, yeah, me too. I used to watch anime all the time as a kid. So you know how it is. And then so now they're walking and they are trying to figure out what is the best way for us to accumulate these Japanese skills. Now they have two different philosophies they find out. Well, first they're going to go over to Bianca's house or B's house in order to discuss things. Now, they realize that they are very two creatures. One of them likes to just kind of go with the flow, feel it out, doesn't really want to take all that much responsibility and believes in immersion. The other one believes in doing homework and is very study minded, but sometimes that gets her in trouble because she always plays by the rules. And then every now and then, when she doesn't have a subscription for what she's dealing with, maybe it might things might backfire at times. But as long as she has a good mentor, everything's gonna be cool. Until eventually she becomes the mentor, obviously. So then that's when Anna decides to say, "Hey." Or I'll speak in my guy voice, I guess, so that you guys don't have to get all annoyed. But she says that she has a friend that offered a Japanese website for her to learn with. So she shows B. And they're looking at the site and everything like that. And it seems that Anna, the one that even recommended the site in the beginning, doesn't even like it. In fact, she's the one that's very, go with the flow about her approach. But then in B, hearing the suggestion of Anna, says, wow, this site is great. They have this, they have that, and they are going to walk us through the whole thing. Why do we need anything else? I know, right, B? But Anna, she's not quite convinced, so they decide to go a little bit farther into the website. Yeah, they are still at B's house, in case you're wondering. And now they look at, the mnemonics page, and they look at the blog and everything like that. And this is B right over here. She is sold. She's just like, oh my goodness, she's falling into it. She loves it. She's touching it. She's doing everything. But then A is still not really. She's not into it. She's not feeling it. So what happens? They decided to go there. They decided to split and go opposite ways in language learning, but they're still going to sync up every now and then, practice here and there, assuming one doesn't leave the other one behind. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That's kind of a spoiler alert. All right. So we have B's journey up here, and we have A's journey down here. So this is very symbolic of what's going to happen when you start to learn any language, not just Japanese, but especially languages with kanji involved and Chinese characters. So, just pay attention and listen up while I educate you really quick. But so there's different stages of learning a language, and there's the infant stage, the kindergarten stage, the teen stage, adult stage, and then the last one we call is the geezer stage. And if you try and learn everything at once, you're gonna get all jumbled up, basically. You know how a baby goes through a certain process when learning a language too, so it only makes sense. We're trying to imitate that kind of a process, and I'll explain. You'll get it. So in the infant stage, all you're supposed to do is learn. Oh well, you know what? I won't go too into depth, but yeah, when you enter the infant stage, go on B. When you enter the infant stage, you're only supposed to listen to Japanese material. You're not really supposed to speak anything. You're just supposed to kind of absorb it and hear how it sounds for like a good while, not for a long time. You should not, but at the same time, you should not start writing. You should not start speaking. There's a period of time where all you do is listen and repeat. And you repeat after people that are already speaking the language and they're good at the language. They're not like people that aren't good or that speak it as a second language with an accent. You're trying to not speak Japanese with an accent. That would be nice, even though you're not Japanese, even though everyone's going to understand And if you are Japanese, more of a reason to not speak with an accent, I suppose. You're trying to assimilate here. Anyways, so now it's time for A's turn, and she's like, well, I guess I could just do this however I want. And she just she gets, oh man, she is not having a good time because she's starting to speak to people. She's starting to have conversations, and they're like, "What? What are you saying? What? I don't understand you." And she's like, "Oh, I don't understand you either. So it's even worse now that you don't understand me." And so, but basically, realistically, B is gonna be like way over here by the time Anna even finishes the infant stage. But sure, let's just go through the different stages now that it's been established who's winning as of right now. You got the kindergarten stage where you're learning how to read. Basically, there's three Japanese writing systems, and you're gonna learn them all. But in the beginning, we're going to start with the two easy ones, and then we're also going to go to the Chinese characters after that. But if you don't learn our way, and if you don't do it in phases this way, and if you don't make sure that you learn everything before moving on, then you're going to be mixing things up. Like, for example, these three characters, they look pretty similar, don't they? And I mean, I have a mnemonic for all of these to help you out with, but you get the point. Now, Anna, who just freestyle learned, didn't get any help, didn't take a methodical approach. She is confusing all these characters right here. I'll read them out loud for you right now. This one is ne, this one's re, and this one's wa. Nerewa. It's not a word, but whatever. They all look the same. So the way you remember it, I guess, is this here, this little loop here. That's you catching something in your net, ne, your net, ne. And then this re here, it's like someone getting ready to go run. They're like in ready running position. So re, ready, re, ready. And then here, this is wa. So it looks like a wave, wa, wave, wa. Or water, wa, water. So cool. Now we know how to read this, and Anna doesn't even know. You should give yourself a pat on the back. So, whatever, she goes about, she jumbles around, she's okay, she has a lot of heart, so every now and then people compliment her. But we all know the truth. Anna doesn't really have a full grasp of her learning or anything like that. She's just kind of going with the flow for now. Meanwhile, B over here, hold on, she can't be ahead because she won't be. So B, she makes it over to the adult stage, and she's doing this in a safe way because she's learning not just from Japanese learners but also Japanese teachers, which are both on For Friends Nihongo. And then you got Anna over here, who once she even gets to this adult stage, she can seem socially, is that did we misspell this? She can seem socially insensitive and rude, meaning that it's possible when going between cultures, you could say something that you don't mean, or maybe you say something that's okay in your culture, but it's not okay in theirs. So yeah, you're not, but she's not aware of all that because she never paid attention to the blog. She never participated in things that analyze Japanese culture, yada, yada, yada. And then finally, B, she's already finished all this. She's chilling, but A, she gets to the stage where she basically just gives up. She's falling. And whenever someone asks her, "Hey, are you still learning Japanese?" or whenever they tell her, "Hey, I'm learning Japanese right now," then she says, "Oh, I used to learn Japanese," and that's her being nice about it. That's her being positive about it. But really, it would have been better if she could just speak Japanese as well as she originally wanted to, right? But because she made excuses, because she just kind of went with the flow, she didn't have a plan, she wasn't strategic at all, she didn't have allies or friends that wanted to do it the way she was doing it necessarily. Or maybe she did, but she couldn't make as much progress because those friends didn't have the same degree of not intensity, but specificity in what they were looking for. And so that's why Anna over here is not gonna do so well. She's kind of gone into the doomsday zone. She, unfortunately, is very, very sad. Meanwhile, B over here is very, very glad, and she gets to celebrate. Wow, that thing is really huge. So you guys get the point, right? You want to be like B. You don't want to be like A. So no matter what, stay with the program. Make sure we're gonna make you take an oath and a pledge, and it's not gonna be anything serious, but it's gonna be this is the first day of the rest of your life, guys, and we're gonna walk you through it. All right. See you in the next lesson.